Congratulations on the new one.
Oh yeah, wasted no time.
Right?
You're one of those dogs.
I am. I'm not
Dixie
ashamed.
doesn't get Instagram.
You know what? When we have our little dog play date, I'll make sure I put Dixie on the Insta and be like, this is her friend
I put
Dixie.
her on Insta. She has a time when she does. I do. It's about me, not her.
Chasing that clout, right?
She doesn't know what Instagram is. She doesn't even like taking pictures. She's the worst.
See, my dog poses. My dog gets it now. He poses.
Dixie doesn't. I hold the camera.
He slept with the collar on for the first time last night. We got through a full night.
He's like, fine, I guess I'm a prisoner here. I'll wear my chains.
See, I feel like he does have that mindset.
I'm totally kidding.
But like seriously,
The
because then he
mortality
takes
phase.
his shit. Like in the living room.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
I'm like, come on, man.
He's
We
like,
went like
I guess.
24 hours with an accident, and now it's like,
Yo,
make me wear this collar.
I will say the
They'll
other
have
day.
some, Dixie had so many accents and I just wanted to explode them. Toss her outside. Here now. So mad at her. I'm crying, she's crying.
I like your, that part, I know that'd be so difficult to go through. I remember when I lived with my roommate dog.
Obi was
Yeah, dude, Obi. And like, I guess if no one knows it instantly, like, at least that's what they told us, like, forgets how to, like, be potty trained. And like, cause this dog is like everywhere. And like, it's like a 4-year-old dog, what's happening right now.
What?
Yeah. And then like, I don't know, but I did was on your walking schedule and all this stuff, and I just remember being like, stop. On my money. Like, this is a brand new apartment.
So frustrating. I would see myself, I would grab her like a word next to me. You're everywhere. Like, she's a dog, she doesn't get it. She's
Right,
like, I'm so mad.
Like, no clue whatsoever.
My roommate always laughed. She's like, I explode. I know she can't control it, and it just makes me so angry. And I feel bad for her, she's cute. She's sad.
It's still.
She's like, hi, I love you.
Yeah.
It's like a dying affection. It's just like, no.
They all got their hair.
How long do you hire for?
She's
The boys in the window have more of the uniforms and the boss everywhere than the girls. All the shorts, the uniforms.
Last night I got home at like 2. At 6 o'clock.
The boys outfits.
Yeah. Like to have that feeling like open the door and somebody's just like, I'm happy you're here.
She always brings me a toy, but then runs away. Like I go to pet her and she like runs away. And I'm like,
How are you doing? All right, what are you gonna do?
That's awesome. One day, I'm gonna feel like a family for you, dog. That's the responsibility. Maybe just have this family that.
Well, yeah, because maybe you can go take care of yourself. Stay at home.
Yeah.
Have you finished up that thing?
Just no. Like we're about there now. Finally, like I gotta like my printer out. And that's like the last thing I have. Like things around, or set up some stuff. But I sorted through a lot of the crap that I brought there from Colombia, just like garbage that like I shouldn't have brought here. No, I know. Yeah, exactly. I mean, he saw it with me, and there was like a lot of stuff. I'm just like, this is why I have these things. I don't have any use for it at all. I was talking to Formica about it, where I was just like, just purge before you do it. Like, it was awful. But I threw out like about 4 or 5 garbage bags full of like old media guides and like game notes. It's just, I'm like, why am I saving all these things? I'll never look at them ever again. I don't know. There's still too much that's been saved, but filter. Yeah, all the time. I'm just trying not to become a hoarder. My dad is becoming a hoarder, and it's like scary.
Well, now I know where you get it from.
Yeah, like our basement downstairs is just piles of papers. I'm like, what are any of these? He's like, important. I was like, oh no.
My dad, you have to be careful. You can't do so much damage to
She said she knows
children.
about
You have to-
Now, that used to be.
That's why I like it.
Yeah, right. It's just not a what's that? What do I do? I'm like, that's a great strategy. I just just need to keep her.
By the way, you call us.
We gotta do next day last chapter. Best spot. Get that figured out. Yeah.
We put a billboard in there.
No, not yet. Look it up and like it, just start. It's like 2 weeks ago they had something on Thursday.
Oh dang, really?
Yeah.
Shoot.
There's not many of us, but there's some.
She said she's part of it. Never had a problem.
It's gonna be better in Columbia. They made me I was the alumni chapter president in Columbia. Let me just say, didn't go well. You're not gonna believe that.
Yeah, no, people I tell you, but she's in.
I was not the best at planning.
Stuff off.
Not to mention, I wasn't really trying.
I don't know where
I need to tell actually the school, they probably won't. Still don't have any there. It's like, man. Well, there's a pretty good amount of people. We had like.
That's a core, right? Yeah. That's a core. Is it the one that look and make sure, like that's the one that's broke it myself? Not the photo. I think so. Yeah.
I don't think we're friends with them on Facebook.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not out here telling you right now. I need to do more. Especially stop too much station, that's like Facebook.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to today's press conference. The Bulldogs will play their second straight game at home when they welcome Western Carolina here to Johnson Haygood Stadium Saturday at 2 o'clock. Here to talk about the Bulldogs is head coach Brent Thompson.
Thank you, John. First, want to start out with the VMI game. It was not what we were looking for out of our team, of course, but I do have to hand it to VMI. They came in very hungry, very passionate, and executed a game plan about as good as anybody can. I mean, they were converting at 2nd and 25 and 3rd and 8 and 3rd and 9 and 4th and 1 for touchdowns. When you can do that and play pretty good, solid defense on their side of the ball, I thought they executed their plan better than we could execute ours. And when that happens, we have a hard time winning. If it's a surprise to anybody else, it wasn't a surprise to me. And here's the reason why, is for years, we don't ever really look at VMI the way that we probably should. And I saw this coming about 3 years ago. And they got closer and closer and closer, and they were building, and VMI built all the way up to where I thought they had a very good offense and a very functional defense to be able to do what they wanted to do. It forced us to be able to do things that are a little bit out of our comfort zone, even though we had our opportunities on offense. And we had a little bit of momentum in the first quarter on offense before we lost it, somewhere around the second or third drive, and just could never get it back. And even at the end of the day, we still had an opportunity to be able to get it to 6 points and probably make a run at a 2-minute drill at the end of the day. But unfortunately, it didn't come down to it. Hats off to VMI, and we'll be ready next year. Questions?
Coach, do you think some of the mistakes that you guys made that you haven't really made a ton this season were because you were doing different things than you're used to doing? You're throwing the ball more, or what do you think?
Yeah, of course. I think, we just weren't on point. And we knew we were going to have to throw the football. This is defensively, they didn't do anything really different than they had done the year before. They adjusted a few things. But, they've got 8 in the box against our 5 or 6. The ball's got to go outside to the perimeter somehow. And we were a little bit out of our comfort zone. But if you convert on 1 or 2 of those, that's a much different ball game. That's a momentum changer. And it's a momentum builder, and I think you can probably argue that you got a better chance to win that football game if you do convert a couple more of those. Offensively, they were what we thought they were, a quarterback that can put it on the money. They've got 1 or 2 really good wide receivers that showed out on Saturday, and the running back's a downhill runner, so they can do it all. They get you in personnel mismatches and things like that. That's where we were lacking.
Coach, you said after the game on Saturday you were looking for an answer from this team following that outcome. Have you seen what you wanted to see in the days since?
Well, yesterday we didn't really let them answer too much. I told them that we were going to answer at that point is we need a big one. We need a big answer right now. And it starts really yesterday, and it's going to continue all the way through this week. This is going to be a good week of practice for us. We've got no choice.
Do you look at this game as a must-win against Western Carolina?
Yes. Yep. Absolutely. We've got to get back to doing what we do, and absolutely.
What's the benefit of being able to still be at home, still know that you don't have to worry about travel or anything like that? You keep focused, stay here in Charleston, just focus on Cat Memphis?
Well, the number one benefit is that we do have another game, and you don't want to end the season on that game. Number two is that you can finally get into a little bit more of a set routine. But the biggest thing is we've got to keep the distractions out of our heads right now.
Coach, playing so many close games and long games like the Sanford game, how do you think your team is handling the overall fatigue, the grind of the season? How do you think they're handling it physically?
If you're asking me if I'd like a bye week, you're probably yes. I would like a bye week at some point here. It's just unfortunate that I can't control the scheduling and the bye week. It's a later bye week, so we've got to do what we can do with it. The schedule has taken a toll on everything from the hurricane to the 4 overtime games. Those are all going to naturally take a toll on us, and they all add up and they all build up. But you can't use them as excuses because they are what they are, and they're the uncontrollables. You can only control what you can control, and that's just the way. That's the morale of the team right now. That's the health of the team as best we can. With practice and trying to get through it.
You have another tough challenge with Tyree Adams, the quarterback from Western Carolina, SoCon preseason player of the year. What does he bring to the table, and just what about all the quarterbacks you faced this year between Flacco and Cheek? I mean, you guys have played some elite level quarterbacks this season.
Yeah, just about every quarterback's been pretty good, and they've been pretty good against us. And Tyree's no different. He presents a different management issue for you because you've got to account for him in the backfield as well as we've always had for the last 4 years now, I believe. And so he's one that we've got to be able to mind all the wide receivers, and they do have a couple good wide receivers as well as a good running back. But with Tyree back there, you always got to be able to get accountable for him. And for us, it's the screen game, it's the vertical passing game, and then you've got to account for him in the box as well.
Brent, you guys are averaging 224 yards rushing a game. In your offense, it needs to be more put toward 300. Why hasn't it picked up where it left off last year in your view?
Well, a little bit is we've seen some pretty good defenses. You've got an FBS team in there as well. And you saw a pretty good Elon defense. I thought they were pretty good. But then you got two teams that packed the box on you pretty good. Sanford as well as VMI out here. Is both those teams, when they packed the box on you, we had 200 yards passing in both of those games, which is pretty much unheard of for us. So I think that may have leveled it out a little bit or skewed it a little bit. It's going to all probably be determined at the end of the year when everything shakes out. I'm glad to see our vertical passing games getting better, but unfortunately, there is a sacrifice there, and that is for our run game right now.
Brendan said after the game that he's 100%. There's no question of his stats moving forward. How accurate is that? Is he good to go?
I think he's fairly close. Everything that I've watched him out there, and I'm not being inside, I don't know exactly what he can do on the plant. But his acceleration is there. I think number one thing, it's in his head as far as being 100%. That's awesome because now he knows he can go out there and do everything that he's got to be able to get done. So yeah, that's probably everything I've seen in practice has been good out of him though. I don't think I've had any adverse effects to it.
You went with Logan Billings for the most part. Was Amika limited physically in any way, or?
Amika's been nursing a little bit of an injury, but to be honest with you, I thought Logan had a great week of practice, was hitting it extremely hard. And all but the fumble, I thought he played extremely well for us as a true freshman and really never played running back at all, was a high school linebacker. And been working them there for about the past 4 or 5 weeks, and I think it's going to be a natural fit for him.
I haven't seen Keontae Sessions in a while.
Yeah, Keontae is suspended right now and violation of team rules.